Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. This is the third session on online medical store, and in today's session let's look into the increment functionality. We had seen the condition when to call the increment functionality in our previous session, and today let's write the functionality for the increment function. Before that, let me add some variables. Let me initialize some variables. G equal to 0, number of items is equal to 0, total equal to 0, number of times equal to 0, label underscore details equal to an empty list, label underscore details underscore 1 also is equal to an empty list. And for the cart, let me write a top level window. So for the online cart, let me write the top level window, call it as TP equal to top level. It's placed in the window. TP dot title, I'm giving it equal to cart. TP dot geometry, I'm giving it equal to 500 by 500 pixels. So this is the card details. Now let me write I've initialized the values of the variables. Now let me look into the increment functionality. So it is taking two parameters. The first one is number and the second one is medicine. Number and then medicine. So let me remove pass and let me write the functionality. So value increment is equal to int quantity of number. So if user clicks on strip cells, it will be number will be 0. Quantity of 0, let me just make it as pass for some time. Let me execute it. So this is the quantity field. So for strep cells, what is the quantity? For crocin, what? Dolo, thyronum. If I click on plus, it should increment to 1. If I again click on plus, it should increment to 2. So that functionality we are seeing now. So value underscore in equal to int quantity of 0 of number, of number. So whatever is passed to the inc function number argument, I'm taking it over here, quantity of number dot cget of text. So if it is 0, it will take 0. If it is 1, this value inc will take 1. So when I click on the increment button, it will take the value which is initially present. So it is 0. So value underscore inc will be 0. Now since I've clicked on the increment button, value underscore inc plus equal to 1. I'm incrementing it by 1. Now after incrementing it by 1, we have to write 1 in this particular position. So I have to say quantity of number dot config text equal to str of value underscore inc. Value underscore it is small v value underscore inc. So if it is 1. Initially it will be 0. Now when I click on the plus button, it will become 1. So the quantity field will get updated to 1 because I was saying config text equal to str of value inc. So after this, I've incremented the number, and now when I increment this particular strepsils has to be added to the cart. So we are saying cart medicine, that is the description, that is strepsils in this case, int quantity of number quantity of number dot cget of text, comma, then price, prices of prices 1 prices 1 of number. So strepsils, what is the price of the strepsils that it is taking, and then lastly it is taking number. So the cart is taking 4 parameters. The first one is the medicine, that is whether it is strepsils, dolo, tyronom, whatever it is. Second one is the quantity, how much quantity, whether it's 1, 2 or 3 quantity. Third one is prices. Prices is this one. How, what is the cost of this strepsils? That will come under prices. And number. Number for the strepsils is 0. So it is taking 0. For crocin it is 1, dolo 2, tyronom 3. So this is how it will call the cart function. Now I have to write the cart function. Before that, okay, no, def cart, it will take 4 parameters, med, that is medicine, quant, price, and then num. Since I am passing 4 parameters to the cart function, it is also taking 4 parameters. Now let me define some global variables. Global, that is TP, that is my cart top level window, comma total, comma G, comma cart underscore disk, comma cart underscore cal, comma label underscore details, comma label underscore details underscore 1. All these variables will be seeing now, but before that I'll define it as global items, number of items, total price. So these are the global variables. Now let me say if quant greater than 1. So when I click on the increment button, it will increase from 0 to 1. So initially it will be 1. So the condition fails. So it goes to the else part. So initially it will be 1. So it's not greater than 1. So it goes to the else part. In the else part, in the cart, I have to add strepsils description. So what I have to do is cart underscore disk is equal to label TP. In the TP, I have to write the text equal to MED. So before this, let me close this. Let me execute this program which I've already written. So the cart will be a top level window in this particular manner. Now when I click on plus button, in the cart the strepsils field has been added. So this field we have to add it into the cart. So for that what I'm telling is this one. So cart description is equal to, I'm creating a label and the text I'm giving it as strepsils. Medicine is nothing but strepsils. So I'm giving the medicine equal to strepsils. And then what I'm doing is cart underscore description dot grid geometry manager I'm adding row equal to 0 plus g. G initially will be equal to 0 in our scenario. G is 0. So row is equal to 0 and then column equal to 0. So in row 0 column 0 strepsils description has been added. Now what happens? Label underscore details dot append. I'm adding the card description. So whatever label I've created, I'm appending it to label underscore details variable. Now we have to add this particular rupees 510 into quantity. Quantity is 1. So this text I have to add now. For this, let me say text 1 is equal to rupees plus str of price plus into all these other text. So I'm concatenating it plus str of quant. So this text now I have to add it on to the cart. So this is coming under cart underscore cal equal to again a label widget. Place it on the top level window. Text equal to text 1. So this text 1 will be added onto the label widget. Now I have to place it on the cart underscore cal dot grid row equal to 0 plus g comma column equal to 1. So to the next, after strepsils I'm adding this particular field. So this is column 0, this is column 1. So after adding these details, let me append it into my list. What is the list? Label underscore details underscore 1 dot append cart underscore cal. And now how many items I've added into the cart? It is one item. So number of items I have to update. Number of items equal to again a label widget. Place it on the top level window. Sorry, before this I have to say number of items. Number of items plus equal to 1. I have to increment the number of items. And what is the total price? Total equal to total plus price of the strepsils medicine. And now number of items equal to a label widget. Place it on TP. Text on it is equal to str of number of items. This particular variable number of items. Now I have to place it on the card. Number of items dot grid, row I'm placing it equal to 20, column 0, because if I add more medicines, so in case I add more medicines, this I'm placing it at the bottom. After this, if number of times equal to 0, so what is number of times? Okay, if the total is equal to 0, if there is no items, so if number of times equal to 0, let me say my total price equal to label TP. Initially number of times will be 0, so it is 0. So it's a label, place it on the main window, text equal to blank, foreground color equal to red, and total underscore price, sorry, total underscore price dot grid. I'm placing it onto the screen, row equal to 22, column equal to 1. Column equal to 1. This is for the total. So if number of times is equal to 0, initially if it is 0, it will create this particular field. Otherwise what happens? If it is not 0, then I am saying total underscore price dot config, text equal to rupees plus str of round. I'm using the round function for having two decimal digits, that is total comma 2. It will round off to 2 decimal digits. Then I am saying g equal to g plus 1, number of times equal to 1. So this is how it works for the else part, means when the quantity is not greater than 1. Here let me say pass. Okay, now let's close this. Now let's execute our program. Now let's execute our program. Matched total price 77. Okay, now let me execute it. So initially everything will be 0, quantity will be 0. Now let me say strepsils. So it's incremented to 1, and in the cart also we can see strepsils 510 into 1. I'm not getting the total because there is some problem. So it is total plus price in line 70. So now when I execute it, now when I increment it, it becomes 1. Even now I'm not getting it. There is some problem. Line 90, medicine. Number of times. So we have to solve all these problems. Number of times. Line 90. Line 90 I'm having cart medicine int quantity of number dot get of text, comma prices 1 of number, comma number. Let me execute it. When I increment it, still I'm not getting the total. Number of times is not defined. So let me do number of, sorry, it should be small t. I've given it as capital T. So now when I execute it, let me close this. Let me execute it. Now let me increment it. So I'm getting 510 into 1. Strepsils 510 into 1. The quantity is 1. And the so now when I increment it again, sorry, it won't go over there. But if I add crocin, it will make a second step and say 33.5 into 1. And the total increments and the number of items also increases to 2. Now if I go to Dolo, it increments, it's add Dolo onto the cart, number of items is 3 and the total gets incremented. Now again it adds Thyronorm, gets incremented. Now if I say had the plus mark again, it becomes 2, but here the quantity is not updated because there is some small thing which we need to incorporate in the cart function. So now let's look into it. That is, this pass I'll remove, and when the quantity is more than 1, it will come to this particular details. So length equal to length of label underscore details for O in range of length if label underscore details of O dot get of text equal to medicine. So when the quantity is more than 1, it comes over here. For 1, it will go to the else part. If it is more than 1, it will come here and it will check if the label underscore whatever description is it equal to the medicine. So if it is strepsils, quantity is greater than 1, it will check if strepsils is equal to strepsils. If so, it will say text 2 equal to rupees plus str of k of quant, str of quant plus str of price, not quant, str of price plus into again plus str of quant. So it will calculate this and will update on to the label widget. What is the label widget which we have to update? It is label underscore details underscore 1 of 0 of O dot config text equal to text 2. Now I have to increase the price total equal to total plus price. Then I have to say total underscore price dot config text equal to rupees plus str round, I'm using the round function, total comma 2 to 2 decimal positions it will round off. So now let me execute my code. Now if I execute my code, I get this particular cart. Nothing is there in the cart initially. Let me add strepsils. So strepsils 510 gets added up. Now let me increment it. So it's incremented to 2. 510 into 2, that is 1020. Then let me add dolo, crocin. Let me increment it. So it gets incremented to 2. Next let me add dolo. Dolo gets added. Again increment. So it increments to 2. And the total also gets added up. Number of items is 3 because 3 items have been added onto the cart. So hope so friends it was clear for you. I'll be pasting the code details in the GitHub. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notification of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.